We're here at Wembley Stadium today with some Spurs and Arsenal legends ahead of the third round of the FA Cup. As you can see, we've got Graham Roberts, Mark Falco, David O'Leary and John Hollins. I'm going to start by talking about their favourite memories of the FA Cup. The Aston Villa manager Paul Lambert said it's a competition his side could do without, but these chaps may think differently. David, we could start with you.
Well, I think it's a competition that I've won it twice and lost it twice, and I thought the day out here is absolutely fantastic. For all, you win the league and it's great, but it doesn't seem to have that same wave. It's a special day, and you come out here and you've got, it's just an occasion. And I probably appreciate the FA Cup more when I remember one year we got it 3 times in a row, and I was this young kid at Arsenal thinking, what's the big deal? And I remember the following year after we didn't do that, we were in Hong Kong, and we played the game early because the whole Hong Kong wanted to stop to watch it, and it really hit home to me thinking the rest of the world watches the FA Cup, and I think it was actually the game we watched in Hong Kong was Man City against it was Man City Tottenham here when Ricky Villa, whatever. But the actual thing, I thought to myself, I didn't realise for all I thought it was a big day in England and nothing. And over the years after that, we'd always be on a tour with Arsenal, and anywhere we went around the world, it was that game, wasn't it? And it was a special. I think it's sad the way it's gone, the way people have priorities. Premier League has grown so immensely and so rich, and it's so much money involved in it that really what it comes down to, and nobody hides it now, the priority is I'd rather stay in the Premier League than win the FA Cup to a lot of people.
John?
I disagree with what the Amber has said, because it's one of those, when you're a schoolboy or a young boy and you're thinking, one day I'll be playing on there, seeing those games on television. But my best memory is, funnily enough, not here, is we had a replay where we played Leeds here, drew here, and had to go up to Manchester. One of the best feelings ever was Charlie Cook chipping the ball into Peter Osgood and heading it into what is the Stretford end, the goal there. And it was massive, blue and white. It was absolutely fantastic. And we went on to extra time again, but we went on and we had the cup. Disappointment not going round here and seeing as many fans as possible. But to win it is still the best memory I've got of English football. And I think it's still the best cup and the biggest cup to win.
I agree with John. I think for my age group, as a kid, the FA Cup was the pinnacle. You used to set yourself up on a day, watch it all, the pre-match talk, then the game will come on and you watch it. When you see, like when I was a kid, when the first one was 1967 when Spurs beat Chelsea, actually with Dave Mackay.
Sorry, I knew you brought that up.
When Dave Mackay left it, and you think, well, that's great. We'd love to do that someday. And obviously being involved in the 81-82 Cup finals with Spurs, and as David said, Ricky Villa. And on the way I was lucky enough to score against Aston Villa, who were the league champions at the time. So that was a great memory for me. To help the club and be part of the club's history is great. And as I said, as a schoolboy, I couldn't disagree more with Paul Lambert. I think the FA Cup has still got the magic, and I still think it's the one that English, like the Great British or players.
I think it's sad as well when you see a tie. It could be an exciting tie. You don't know what teams are going to be put out.
No, that's true. You have to put the reserve team out. That degrades
you don't really, and I've no sympathy for anybody who gets beat down or whatever about it. And I admire the other teams who, I think over the years, some of the big teams have really taken it seriously. I think they did. They deserve to go all the way.
If we had the Champions League at the end of it, a place for the Champions League, that would make it more competitive, and it would give it back what it deserves.
Because everybody's worried about getting into the top 4. They're not worried about winning a cup or a trophy or getting a medal to show that they've done something in the game. It's about money first, because of the Champions League. Get into that.
I think it's a brilliant day out for your supporters.
Well, all the other things, it's not for us, it's for them. We display our skills on here, and what a fantastic occasion it is to be seen out there. I think, who knows, you could be the best player on the field, or something. I was the best player at Wembley.
You think all the history and all the players that are playing on there, and you're part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was special for me because I came from non-league football.
Yeah.
And 1 year later, I'm playing FA Cup final at Wembley against Man City, and You know, a year before that I was playing at Nuneaton, I think it was, on that day.
How did you go?
And you know, it can be the saddest place or the greatest place, and the walk round when you win it, or the walk, the walk getting the trophy out there and being passed down from the captain down and coming down those steps and out and to walk around the pitch. It's just, it's amazing. But I mean, it's a really bad walk when you lose it that day as well.
Like, we had Ozzy and Ricky in the team, and then on the Friday night we came down for dinner, and the BBC cameras were there, and it was live, and they were talking to their families in Argentina, and we were all round them. And then the next morning the cameras were there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was a build up from 9 o'clock. It was on BBC One or ITV, whatever, and it followed you right the way through till 6 o'clock at night when you went, or 7 o'clock at night when you went to the Royal Lancaster to get drunk. That's what it was.
To be fair, we had 2 replays, so we had to go first.
But we still went to the Royal Lancaster and got drunk. So, but that's how it was. And I think now it's taken away from it that the build-up's 2:30. The game finishes at 5:30 or 6:30, whenever the extra time, and it goes off. That's it.
But do the teams let them come in with the cameras now, do the build-up like you used to be? You used to have like
cup final songs.
Yeah.
Well, we got to number 4.
There's no secret, well, really, in many ways. You know, say, oh no, it's a secret meeting. We're going to have this chat. Everybody knows what you're going to do. It's just the team.
Yeah.
The surprise of it is an hour before.
But the big thing
comes
was,
out.
you all got a new suit.
Exactly.
John's still wearing it. For the Chelsea days.
Badges come up.
No, but the FA Cup is still, you know, the third round is the one, you know, it's coming out in January, so you assume you're going to get draw, and unfortunately, we're drawing Arsenal. So you know, but it's still that anticipation.
As I say, what's happened though, you've got a Premier League that we never thought where the monies would go. It's just amazing. You know, you've got a game here in the Championship at Wembley. Yeah. That's what that's worth for somebody to come up. So you know, and that's the success and the wealth of what it's taken over this, and what we've got as well. It's something that, you know, FIFA worried about. You've got a Champions League that maybe you see it's better than watching the World Cup nowadays as well. So, and there's priorities, and I mean, Lampard has come out and said at the bottom line, like plenty of others have. I'm sure the people he's answering to, he's got chairmen or owners, and they want to stay in the Premier League because they want to, as I say, be part of that big.
But you say that, I think Tottenham tomorrow will play their strongest team.
They have to. I think.
Yeah. Sadly.
So
I think Tim should rest players. I think Tim should rest. But to be fair on Arsene Wenger, I hope the same, because up to that, it'll be a really good game. When we see initially come out, I think great. But we've seen in the past, I remember a Tottenham game years back, whatever it was, Carling Cup, whatever the sponsorship at the time, and you know, half the team were left out in the semi-finals again, so you thought it's not what it really is. And I hope we see that we've got a hungry new manager who I'm absolutely delighted for, and I hope he does well. I've never really met him, but he straight away, sadly again I have to say, Tottenham look a stronger team now than a few weeks ago with the added by Or. Not that I'm getting carried away around the
Steady Dave, building him up.
No, it is. You know, he's come on and he'll be a threat to Arsenal tomorrow. But I still think, and I hope Tim knows, just because he's come out for a few games, but why have Arsenal let him? I know why Arsenal let him go, but why have Man City and everybody? And he's shown over a couple of games, Southampton game and a few.
He's unplayable.
He's unplayable. But you're judged to be a top player, to be a player of doing that week in, week out.
Over 38 games.
Yes, and but Tottenham, sadly, from the draw to this, I think Arsenal are going to face a stronger team because they look a better team with an extra man up front.
They look more organised.
But I think Tim realises the FA Cup is still a cup
that's valuable.
The other thing is, as a young manager,
why
not
not
get a trophy? And I know the Arsenal supporters, they want to be at Wembley, and they want to win something. And it's you know, and everybody at Arsenal fed up thinking we haven't done anything for 8 years stuff.
Nearly 9.
Yeah.
Okay, chaps, if I could put you on the spot and ask for your predictions tomorrow, David?
Arsenal win.
Score?
Of course. A score. I think it could be 2-1 to Arsenal.
John?
3-2 to Arsenal.
That's a shock.
Mark?
As a lifelong Spurs fan and as a
Ex-Spurs, but I've got to go reverse 2-1 Spurs. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to go, as a Spurs fan, I'm going to go 2-2.
Thank you very much.
So we can get them back to White Hart Lane and beat
And
them.
really stuff them.